Okay, so hello everybody to my PE Confidential YouTube channel. I'm here with John Hodge of the World Bank, and we're going to talk a bit about the Western Balkans, about private equity, about accounting standards, and about this great online course that we've developed together, and everything about that. So let me start by maybe ask you about what you do at the World Bank and what's your responsibility there.
Sure. So, hello everyone, and thanks, Gavin, for the opportunity to talk to your channel. So, I work as a senior financial management specialist. I'm part of the World Bank's governance practice, and so what that more traditionally does is actually look at the funding that the World Bank is actually providing in country, and looking at the fiduciary aspect, how that money is being used. But my team works in a slightly adjacent field, which is more about the advisory side of things. So our focus is on developing the accounting profession and having the accounting profession develop to support growing economies and changing legal frameworks and policies that are being sort of retuned for economic growth. And so our team is looking at how the accounting profession can support that.
Great, so you're sort of like a specialist unit here in the World Bank in Vienna, developing really know-how in your region.
Right.
And I guess that's what brought us to the idea of the course, was the idea being that obviously in the Western Balkan accounting standards could be strengthened, and that's relevant to investors and particularly private equity investors. So if I understand correctly, the need was, let's try and train or offer something to professional advisors that can make them more knowledgeable about private equity to try and act as a catalyst for investment. Was that sort of the thinking behind it?
So all the Western Balkan countries have done a lot of work to develop their accounting frameworks. They've put a lot of effort into sort of aligning their laws and regulations with best practices, particularly in the EU. And the practices of the accountants are improving in terms of international standards and so on and so forth. But what is missing in the Balkans, as in many other regions actually, is just a lack of significant depth in financial markets and access to finance. So there are transactions and opportunities to access finance, but it's not at the same sorts of scale that we see in sort of more developed economies. So what we have is like a profession that's focused on sort of the compliance elements of accounting, so providing legally required financial reports and having legally required audits, and all these things are important also for supporting private equity deals, but they don't go into the more sort of management style type thing, advisory style, supporting smaller businesses, access finance, and providing some of the other skills and services that are required to do that. So the private equity course was really aimed at trying to provide some awareness to the profession in these countries about how these kinds of transactions take place and occur, so that they could understand, who of their clientele might benefit from this kind of funding, if they've got opportunities to do that, and how they can get involved in a meaningful way and participate in the completion of the transaction, or advise a client a new client maybe that has a greater opportunity to get finance that way.
Okay, so what we did is we sat down and we developed these this online course with divided to 10 modules, which covers different topics, which range from how to negotiate with a private equity fund, due diligence, which is very important for the accounting standards, valuation of companies, so the whole sort of range of a private equity investment. And the course is sort of taken online by people, so do you expect there will be a good take-up of the course? Was it satisfactory from the point of the World Bank, the way it was arranged and structured?
No, absolutely. I think the course is it's an introduction and an overview, but it's actually very comprehensive and goes into a lot of different details and chapters, if you like, of the overall picture. It's in English, which is not ideal for the target that we're trying to reach, but the other argument is if someone is working on a private equity deal, they probably need to be conversant with English anyway, so hopefully that's not going to be a significant issue. The course is being offered on the World Bank's learning platform called OLC, and will be open up to people obviously outside the World Bank to participate. So there's a good platform for people to be able to access the course and do the quizzes and leave comments about how they whether they like the course or not, and any improvements that could be made. So it's been set up in a way that can facilitate people can access it from anywhere. So although it was designed for the Western Balkans, the content, I think, and the fact that it can be accessed anywhere means that it could also be something that advisors and accountants can use in other regions as well.
Yeah, I think that's an important point. That number one, that the course was customized for the Western Balkans, but anybody could take it really because it's quite universal. And I think the second thing that's important is that it's actually completely for free to basically anybody who wants to do it, as long as they kind of go to the website and sign up. Is that right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean it is for free, but it is a time commitment, and it's probably about a 30-hour course. I would guess. From start to finish, and I mean it has been designed in a way as you know that you can sort of pick and choose your modules if you like, and maybe focus on certain areas. But if you did the whole course, it would be about 30 hours. So it is, there is a time commitment involved, but in terms of financial costs, there's no charge for taking the course.
Okay, and I guess as part of promoting the course or raising awareness, we did a kind of tour of the Western Balkans last year in September, October. We went to 6 different capitals in the region to let people know about the course, and it was done through chambers of commerce.
Right.
And so, how do you feel that went? Was that a positive way to develop to promote the course and raise awareness?
Right. Yeah, it was an excellent opportunity to promote the course, and also I think for us to get an idea about who would attend the events and who was interested in actually in learning more, and also these courses. Obviously, we invited sort of stakeholders from within the countries that were active in private equity, and we sort of had some discussions and engagement with them. So it was a good opportunity just to get an idea about what kind of issues there are in some of these markets in terms of why there isn't sort of the flow of transactions that you might expect them to have, and what some of the constraints are. So it was quite educational, I think, for both sides, the World Bank and also the people that attended. Yeah. It was an excellent opportunity to promote the course, and hopefully we'll see a lot of people from the region sign up and take the course.
No, I hope so, because I mean, speaking as the person who sort of had the main responsibility for designing the course, I was trying to make use as much as possible of my actual background as a private equity fund manager in Southeast Europe, where I managed 2 different funds in Southeast Europe. So a lot of my case studies and examples were the real deals that were done in that Western Balkans region. So I hope people will find that of interest.
And I think this is one of the strengths of this course is that is the fact that you're bringing this very specific and a depth of knowledge to the training. That quite frankly, we wouldn't be able to do that without your input, because the bank is not engaged in private equity itself. So no, definitely, I think that's one of the strengths of this course. It's not an academic course. It's a hands-on course that gives you the benefit of your many years of experience in the market. So
yeah, I must say I enjoyed doing it. I enjoy the fact that it's freely accessible. And I must say I take a certain vicarious pleasure in the fact that the course is free and is undercutting certain overpriced private equity courses given by academics in universities. And that gives me great pleasure. I shouldn't, but it does. Okay, so now we're about to launch the course. It's gone through its kind of editing phase. It's dotting the I's, crossing the T's, polishing it up graphically. So it's going to be launched. So are you feeling quite enthusiastic about that? And it's going to be. Are you going to be monitoring the take up and the engagement of people with it?
Yeah, I mean that's one of the benefits of using our platform is we can see what sort of activity and participation levels are like. And I really do hope that people will take this opportunity to sign up and do it. And I think it will be really, really helpful. It's been designed with professional accountants in mind, but the course would be, I think, equally as beneficial for consultants, advisors, anyone, even people maybe that are working in potential private equity investees that are working in the finances, even investors. I think potential investors, angel investors might enjoy the sort of the framing around about how you approach an investment from a private equity, just for their own benefit, how they may screen their investments and so forth. So, no, I think there's a lot of good insights for many different people to take from the course.
Great. So we're very excited about this course, and we hope other people will listen to this and take up the course. So John, I thank you for a great collaboration. It was really good working with the World Bank, and I look forward to as many people as possible taking this course. So thank you very much.
Cheers.